Hello everyone, I Jhalak Patel, Assistant Professor at LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology in the Department of Electronics and Communication. Welcomes you to the session of wireless communication. Today I am going to discuss about Unit 3, that is Mobile Radio Propagation, Small Scale Fading and Diversity, with topic Fair's Upper Bound Examples. So let's start the session. As we discussed about the Fair's upper bound, that it is depend on the free space propagation received power level. That received power depends on the transmitted power as well as gain of transmitter, gain of receiver, its wavelength and the different propagation factors, and we derive here the final worst case delay in that case, because the major objective of Fair's upper bound is it is used to find out the worst case delay. That means tau max is equal to 1 upon 4 pi f under root pt upon PR minimum. Here this PR minimum means received power at minimum level should be equal to the threshold power level. That means here the worst case delay depends upon the frequency, its transmitting power and receiving power. So now with using this equation we can solve the example, that is what is delay spread maximum time of 220 MHz system if transmit power is 1 volt and PR minimum is equal to minus 90 dBm. Also calculate that how much is the maximum time if sensitivity is improved to PR minimum, that is equal to minus 100 dBm. So for this example we have to find out the two worst case delay. First worst case delay PR minimum for minus 90 dBm and the second worst case delay means the maximum time for PR minimum is equal to minus 100 dBm. So let's start with the solution. So here with unity gain omnidirectional antenna is considered. If in the question the gain of transmitter or gain of receiver is not mentioned, then by default you have to take that antennas as a unity gain antenna, means isotropic antenna, because it is one type of ideal antenna. That's why we consider this. So now if we using the equation for calculating the maximum or worst case delay, then it is equal to 1 upon 4 pi f under root pt upon PR minimum. Now let's put the values over here. For first case we have PR minimum means received minimum power, means threshold value of received power is minus 90 dBm. So now let's put it, but for using this PR minimum in this equation we have to convert it into milliwatt range. That means from minus 90 dBm we have to convert it into a millivolt form. So minus 90 is equal to 10 log of x and we have to take the anti-log. So 10 here the minus 9 is remaining, so it is, and its anti-log is 10 raised to minus 9 millivolt, that is PR minimum. Same way we can also apply this for second case, but before discussing about that let's find out the worst case delay for this case. So if we put the values over here, then the worst case delay will become the PT upon PR minimum. Now over here if you see the question over here, the transmit power is 1 volt, means PT is given, so we have to put the values over here, PT upon PR. If we calculate PT into millivolt, because 1 volt means 10 raised to 3 millivolt, so it is like this. PT is our 10 raised to 3 and PR minimum is this 10 raised to minus 9, so upon 10 raised to minus 9. So if we simplify this, then this term will become 10 raised to 3 plus 10 raised to 9. So it is 10 raised to 12, means PT upon PR minimum will becomes 10 raised to 12. Now let's put this Pt upon Pr minimum value into this equation of worst case delay. So it will becomes like this: tau max is equal to 1 upon 4 pi. Here the frequency is 220 megahertz, means 220 into 10 raised to 6 hertz. Square root of Pt upon Pr minimum. Pt upon Pr minimum square root answer is 10 raised to 12. So it is square root of 10 raised to 12. If we simplify this, then the answer will be 361.7 microsecond. This is the worst case delay when PR minimum or threshold level is at minus 90 dBm. Now let's consider the second case. For second case, here we consider that the minimum power level or threshold level is minus 100 dBm. Now once again we have to use that equation and put the values over there. So it will like, first we have to convert this dBm value into volt. So it is like minus 100 is equal to 10 raised to 10 into log x. 10 into log x is taken. So again we have to take the anti-log of it. So it is equal to 10 raised to minus 10 millivolt. Simply you can remember that it is like 10 raised to that particular power. So here it is 10 raised to minus 10 millivolt. So now once again we take the ratio, that is Pt upon Pr minimum. Pt is 1 volt, but if we convert it into millivolt, now why we convert it into millivolt? Because over here PR minimum is in a terms of millivolt. So either we can convert that PR minimum into a volt level, or either we can convert the PT into that millivolt level. So we convert the PT into millivolt. So it is 10 raised to 3 upon 10 raised to minus 10. That means it is equal to 10 raised to 13. Now let's put the values in the equation of tau max, that is 1 upon 4 pi f under root Pt upon Pr minimum. So 1 upon 4 pi f frequency is 220 into 10 raised to 6 upon square root of Pt upon Pr minimum, that is 10 raised to 13. So our tau max is equal to 1143.8 microsecond. So this is the answer for second case. Now let's consider the parameters of multipath channel. We already considered different delay spread factors, that RMS delay factor, first arrival delay. Now let's see that how we can calculate that particular parameters. So first parameter is our mean access delay. So mean access delay is denoted by tau bar, and it is given by the equation sigma of k from power tau k, power as a function of that particular time tau k, into tau k divided by total power level, means sigma of power level. So now we for this equation you should have two values. One value is for power level and other value is for time. So mean access delay tau bar is given by sigma of k into power of at tau into tau, means time period, divided by total time, total power level. So for use of this equation, you have to convert the value of power, that is majority it is in a dBm or maybe in a dB level. So you have to convert it in terms of volt. So this is how you can calculate the mean access delay. We already discussed about its definitions in the previous lecture, so I do not repeat it. Next is about RMS delay spread. RMS delay is root mean square value of delay profile, and it is given by square root of tau bar square minus tau bar whole square. Now here please note the difference between this tau square bar and tau bar square. So over here we already have the equation for tau bar, so we have to use this equation for this tau bar square, but we do not have equation for tau square bar. So it is given like this: sigma of power into tau k square upon sigma of power. Means you have to take over here for tau square bar, you have to take the time period square instead of single time period, you have to take the square of that particular time period for calculating tau square bar. And if you have the value of mean excess delay and tau square bar, then you can easily calculate the RMS delay spread, that is called as sigma t. You can also denote it like simply sigma. So it is our RMS delay spread. So let's consider one example related to it. Calculate the mean excess delay, RMS delay spread and maximum excess delay for multipath profile given below. Here consider this figure. Here in the figure, the power versus time graph is there. Here power is a function of time period, and again the time period is in a microsecond range. So here please note that the power is in a dBm level, that is 0 dB, minus 10 dB and minus 20 dB is there. So what we have to do is we have to convert that dB level into the value form. So first we have to convert 0 dB into some value, then minus 10 dB and then minus 20 dB, and then apply these values to the particular equation of mean excess delay, RMS delay. So let's start it. First of all, mean excess delay. Mean excess delay is denoted by tau bar, and it is given by this equation sigma of k, power level as well as time period, divided by sigma of power level, means all power levels are added. So now we have find out the values of power component. So for this, please see this figure. Over here you can see that at particular 1 microsecond it has value minus 10 dB, and at 2 microsecond also it has same value minus 10 microsecond for this 1 as well as for 2 microsecond. So now we convert this minus 10 dB in terms of value. What will be it? So minus 10, so it is like minus 10 is equal to 10 log of x, 10 log of x. Here we want to find out the value of this x. So to find out the value of this x, we have to take the antilog, that means minus 10 upon 10 is equal to log x, and then x equal to what? 10 raised to minus 1. X equal to 10 raised to minus 1, because this 10 and 10 cancel, so here the remaining part is minus 1. So minus 1 is equal to log x, so x equal to 10 raised to minus 1. Why 10 raised to minus 1? Because the log has the base 10, that's why the antilog we have the value 0.1. 10 raised to minus 1 means 0.1. Same way we can convert the other values in dB in terms of values, like P power at 5 microsecond, it will becomes the antilog of 0 upon 10. That means at 5 microsecond, if you remember the figure, then at 5 microsecond, please see this, at 5 microsecond the power level is at 0 dB. So we have to convert this 0 dB in terms of value. So it is like this, 0 upon 10 again antilog, so it will becomes 1. Same way we have to do this for the third case also. It is like antilog of minus 20 upon 10. So the value is 0.01. Now we have the values of all power levels and time period. So we have to put the values in the equation of RMS delay, that is tau bar equal to power into time. So power into time means at 5 microsecond power level is 1, then at 1 microsecond power is 0.1, then at 2 microsecond power is 0.1 again, and at 0 microsecond power is 0.01. So this 0.01, this 0.1 and this 0.1 and this 1 are nothing but the values of power levels. So the multiplication of these power levels divided by the addition of this power level over here, this is what? Sigma of P. The denominator is sigma of P and the numerator is sigma of P into T, means power level as well as the time period multiplication should be there. So if we calculate it, the answer will be 4.38 microseconds. So this is the mean accessibility. Same way we can apply the equation for tau square bar. Now we already have the value of power and time, so we simply put the value, but instead of this time period here, please note that the here time period is a single 0.512 microsecond and 0, but over here we take the square of that particular time period. So equation will becomes like this: 1 into 5 square plus 0.1 into 1 square plus 0.1 into 2 square plus 0.01 into 0 divide by 0.01 plus 0.1 plus 0.1 plus 1 means total power level. So it is equal to 21.007 meters microseconds square. Now we have the values of tau bar as well as tau square bar. So for finding out the RMS delay spread, it is denoted by sigma, that is given by square root of tau square bar minus tau bar square. We have the both values, tau square bar as well as tau bar square. This tau square bar is 21.07 microsecond. So it is 21.07 minus 4.38 square. So it is 1.37 microsecond. This is the final answer. So this question is of 7 marks. As an example it can be asked. So if you have any query up to this, you can ask me on my WhatsApp number. Thank you for watching.